Hi you guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this number 5 Spider-Man cake. I'm also going to show you some different techniques. We're going to be using raw lysine, carving the cake, and we're also going to cover this cake in modeling chocolate instead of fondant. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. You're first going to want to start off by cutting out a number 5 out of cake board and then putting that number 5 against your sheet cake and cutting it out. Once you're done cutting out the shape, you're going to remove all the excess pieces that are not needed, and you're going to repeat this step with the second sheet cake because this is a double layer sheet cake. Once you're done removing all the layers, you're going to want to adjust and fix your cake like so. Now it's time to fill your cake. You're going to want to make sure you smooth it all out evenly so that you have an even cake. So when it comes to adding the top piece of cake, I cut it in pieces because I knew that if I would have picked the whole thing up, it would have broke. So I cut it, and then in between the segments, I put buttercream so that when I put the crumb coat on, it wouldn't separate. Now it's time to crumb coat your entire cake. Lock in all those crumbs so that when you put on your final coat, there are no crumbs in your final coat. Now, fun fact about me, I am a cake rebel, so once I was crumb coating, I was putting the crumb coat buttercream back in with my original coat buttercream. Don't be like me because it sucked. I had to pick all the crumbs out after. Another funny thing, like mentally right now I'm thinking like, why is it so hard to turn? Boom, forgot I had a turntable. Thought that was hilarious. You're going to want to clean off your board because this is the board you're going to be using for the final product. I used a warm wet brush instead of a paper towel because I did not want the paper towel to nick my crumb coat. Once you are done cleaning your board, you're going to put the cake in the fridge to chill. Now you're going to want to apply your final coat. For all the straight edges on the number 5, I use the straight scraper. It also helps if your cake is very chill. And you also want to fill in all those gaps. For the round part of the number 5, I chose to use flexible cutting board. You can get it from the dollar store, you can get it from Amazon, you can basically get it from anywhere. And it just helps smooth it out a lot better than the straight edge would. To get a smooth edge on top of your cake, just go over it with your straight edge and then put it in the fridge to chill once you're done. So for the modeling chocolate, I melted down 2 pounds of pre-colored candy melts, and I mixed in 3/4 cups of light corn syrup. Once you add your corn syrup to your candy melts, you're going to want to slowly mix it, more so fold into it, and you're going to want to do it slowly and not over mix it. Once it's mixed properly, it's going to kind of look like a soft serve ice cream and then stop so you don't over mix it. And then you're going to wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the fridge to chill. And you're going to repeat the step with the next colored candy melts. After your modeling chocolate's been chilled, you're going to knead it and cut it into strips that are a little bit taller than the cake itself, so you have room to cut it down. Once you apply the modeling chocolate to the cake, you're going to smooth it down and cut away the bottom edges to make it look neat. When you are cutting away at the top of the modeling chocolate, do not drag it. It looks messy. Just take the knife and glide it through. You are then going to repeat this process all over the cake. Now, the main reason I chose to use modeling chocolate is because I was covering this cake in segments, and modeling chocolate blends into itself perfectly. Now we're going to use the same number 5 cutout that we used for our cake for the top portion of our cake. When you cut this out, you're going to want to leave a 1/2 inch just so we have room to work with at the top. Now when it comes to placing it on top of the cake, there is no method, just do what works best. And once it's on there to your liking, you're going to want to cut off the excess. And you're going to repeat this process around the entire cake. Now another reason I love using modeling chocolate, because if you make a mistake, you can just patch it up just like that. For the skyline, I drew on a piece of paper what I wanted it to look like, and then I just cut it out of black modeling chocolate. Once you're done cutting it out, you're going to want to neaten it up to make it look clean, and then place it around your cake using water. And you're going to repeat this process around the whole cake. If you have a little spot left at the end like I did, just cut a piece out to fill the space. Now you're going to want to take yellow royal icing and create the night lights. It took way longer than I expected it to. Let me know in the comments down below how long you think it took me to do this. For the spiderweb, I used a projector and projected a spiderweb image I found online on top of the cake and squirted into it. And now I'm just taking black royal icing, and you want to go slow with it so it doesn't break like you'll see mine do a couple of times. The spiderweb looked a little weird to me when I first started doing it, but as it went on, it actually started to come together pretty nice, and I was excited. Now once you're finished with the spiderweb, you're going to want to do a whole outline around the 5, and it just ties the whole thing together. Now just add the Spiderman and name topper to the cake, and there you have it, a number 5 Spiderman cake. If you want to see how I made the topper, I'll link it below in the description box, and I hope you guys have a nice one. Thanks for watching.